All right. Here we go now. All right, I'm popping in. Yeah. Yo, what up, Chris? If Chris is here, what is up? What is up? We want to know about BT Sizzle probably, and not gonna care about anything I'm gonna talk about. But whatevs. See if I can find what I need here. This one. This is good. Get rid of this guy. We don't need you. We don't need you. We need you. And you. Alright. Who we got? Who we got? We're here. We cooking? We got viewers. Loving it. Alright. So, I've been studying cycles. Alright. And a couple of the cycles I've been studying is this economic confidence model. Alright. So, it can be tricky, okay? So, this guy says that we have but it's a peak, and so I don't know how this all works, but you have the start of 2028, midpoint 2030, peak 2032, right? And then at the very end is 2036, all right? But like, I don't know if like we're gonna have this huge thing here, or if it's this where you have like this topping formation here in the 51 week cycle, all right? So, but the 51.6 year wave, right, is here. And I think what he's saying is that it's this third one right here. All right. So 1, 2, 3 of those, right, are in here. So that's what he's saying. There's 51 years here, right, at the end, and we are extended. All right. So, okay. So here's what I got on the chart. Yo, man, bullish. What's going on, brother? All right. So Bitcoin is Bitcoin. All right. First of all, you know, they're feeding us information here that's a little bit sketched out, all right? But, you know, Market Cipher here, got a little green dot on the 18-day. I like that nonsense, all right? 36-day, all right? There's a lot of momentum to the downside, all right? You got some hidden bull, all right, on the 36-day right here. All right, major support from back in here, all right? So you're getting support from this cup right here, from the very bottom. That's a good thing, all right? You got the 9 month, all right? I mean, that's really in essence everything, all right? There's a lot of selling going on here, and here, all right? And so the last buy people had kind of was like up in here. So I mean, look, we all know that that's support, okay? I know Crown looks at the accumulation distribution indicator. All right, this thing on the 9 month with a closure that's pretty good will turn up in September, which is a really good thing. So this thing has been accumulated. That's pretty good in my opinion. All right, so things don't look actually terrible. All right, I mean on the 9 month, dude, you got hidden bull. All right, here. I mean, I know these are like crazy time frames to look at, but like, you know, there's hidden bullish divergence. Now here's the problem. Here is the problem. Is that if we're going to see a massive dump, right, in traditionals, it's going to erase this. All right? That's the problem. So people aren't going to be in Bitcoin when traditionals are dumping, okay? So what's going on with traditionals? All right? First of all, you got to ask yourself. You got the Dow Jones, all right? What is going on here with the Dow Jones? All right, we got to understand where we're at. The 20-day, I should look at the 20-day. Take a look at the 20-day. Why the 20? But okay. We got the 20 here. Wow, I don't have the 20. I have the 19. Why not the 20? Let's check it out. Bullish. Why am I looking at the 20-day? What's there? 20 days. Let's check it out. Oof. Well, this mark, when we were in the red here, kind of marked the top. Momentum to the downside. It's distributing, but I mean, there's some nice you know, some nice things going on. It's culminating at the end of this. I like that. Yeah. I guess, I don't know. The 20-day, maybe I need to look at the RSI. What's it doing on the RSI? Pointed up. That's decent, although it looks like this. Just a smaller version, right? Is there like hidden bull div there? Yeah. Yeah, some hidden bull div on the 20-day. And was it gonna? When's it close? All right. So let's see here. This is concerning. This volume, this stopping volume candle. I don't like that. Normally, when they're pointing down like that, it's pointing to where they want to go next. But this right here is good. This is hold the line. That means hold the line. But the 20-day, it's not a time frame that's like for me, you know. I'm into those Tesla numbers, right? Those time frames that reveal hidden vibrations and intention, right? So the 36-day is where I'm at, and I got this Lark line here. That's major resistance, okay? Although you had it right here, right, and you busted right through. So that was that cycle, all right? So, but I mean, look at this formation here. It's just not that great. It could be bullish, Frozen. It could be bullish. I just don't like the narrative that's being said. I just don't like the narrative. All right? I'm not gonna go put my screen back on. You guys could just listen, or I will, whatever. All right. So look, you got to understand one thing here that I need to let you guys know about, because it is very important. All right. So I'm gonna bring up the cycles. All right. I'm gonna bring up this chart, and I marked out a lot of the cycles. I'm gonna show you. So first of all, what is going on with the Dow Jones? All right, because you got to understand, like, that I know we don't follow the Dow Jones, but we do, right? We do until we don't. It's 70% correlated or what have you, right? And so, again, I think I've told this story to you guys. All right, you got the Great Depression. All right, people think that this is the Great Depression. It's not. It was this, right? So you have a market, right? Bad economic times. You trap all the traders, all the retail people long. You spike it down. Over here, you change monetary policy. You steal everyone's gold. All right, steal everyone's gold. But they with the gold. It wasn't a take, but it was necessary. But then our market goes stagnant, and we have what? We take the dollar off the gold standard, and we use fiat currency, just backed by the government or what have you. Now, remember, they always say they have technology before they release it, right? So they probably knew back here they had stuff like Apple, and we were going to have a huge tech bubble and a huge economic expansion, right? So I'm looking at this, right? And I always box this out. This, we talk about huge imbalances in the chart, right? Huge imbalance. And so I used a harmonic, right? And I took the divergence here, and I took the divergence here, and, you know, some symmetry, because charts do want to balance themselves out. And then I cloned it, and I matched it up, all right? And so how do I come to these things, all right? I could turn on all these things here that I had up. All right, so the fib circles, when they're drawn right, they like can create some vibration up in here, all right? And it's gonna look super duper messy, but basically when you do this right, it shows you where they're accumulating, right? And where they're accumulating next, and where they're gonna accumulate next. So you get like these wave structures, right? Of waves up and up. So you got 3-wave structure right here, all right? That is like basically marks like the end of the cycle. Okay, so you guys, you know, be cautious, because this thing looks very topped out. Okay, I could show you how I do this kind of stuff, but it's essentially nuts, bats nuts crazy. All right, that is the first and foremost. That what I'm saying right here is an absolute crazy person talking, but who doesn't like crazy, right? So what do we got here? We got an imbalance in the chart. All right, we have this bubble pop that they weren't ready for because they were greedy. We watched The Big Short. We know how that went down. All right, now if you got to keep a market going, right, and you put the brakes on, all right? You put the brakes on. You need to create a machine that generates you lots and lots of money, okay? One, because you like your dollars, but you also don't have any gold, right? You gotta create a machine that's gonna prop up this imbalance. So you create, like I said, like a pyramid scheme, right? And using this fib, right? It's like I forget what it's called. It's like a fib acceleration or fib bubble kind of thing, all right? And I fill up the imbalance. So look, I'm gonna show you how the imbalance works right here. Look. So you get this gap in here, right? This little gap, right? That needs to be filled, right? But you can fill it and create some symmetry right in there like that. Fill it like right in there. Line up your triangles. Get a nice trend, right? But you can kind of see, like, from this top over here, I know I probably sound crazy. From this top over here, when it comes full circle, I kind of expect it to come back down. Because what do we know? You know that if you get a big move up, right, like this, you want to see it come back down and test the 382 and bounce off of it, right? Or you want to see it hold the 0.5 of the range and come back, right? Or it could test the golden pocket, and that is a great entry long, okay, for the next bull cycle, all right? That in essence is what you want to see, all right, from anything. I mean, you can go back into Bitcoin and look. You come to like the 4 hour, right? Take a look here. You can tell where you're at, right? You want to see that just using fibs, right? So take it right here. Some kind of cycle like this. This is a good example, right? Right here, during this time, right? So you're going to get reactions from these levels, right? You had an M formation, you came back down. You see how you're going to hold the 0.5 of the range, all right, right in here. So see how the 0.5, my green button, there's a lot of action going on. There's trading going on. There's the bulls and the bears fighting it out, or perceived support and resistance, okay? You get the guys who think, you know, we're going to get a good long setup to come back up, right? And they get wrecked, all right? But that's what happens when you get like a big move up. You're going to get imbalance, and you want to see it come back down and test here. Fell right through the 382, test the 0.5, and it is a shit show after that. Look at this spiky behavior, man. Like, this is just like, this is the market makers just, or in CZ, just buying here just to stop them out. Buying here just to stop them out until they have like enough momentum to shoot price up. And it's done over a weekend, right? And after traditionals had pumped, everyone took their profits, right? So how much money does it actually you need to move Bitcoin here, right? You don't need a lot, all right? It's not that, you know, like Apple's the $2 trillion coin, all right? So let's go here, all right? Cycles, all right? These are dates. I marked them out, right? I also got this. If you don't know, like, it's a book about, like, I mean, it's a paper about cycles, all right? So, you know, it goes through about energy flow, cycle impulses, right? Goes through timing models, all right? Certain kind of time frames to do, right? 17-day cycles, 8-day cycles, 13-day cycles, 34 days, right? Tinfoil hat, yeah, right? You know, it goes through a lot of different kinds of ways of thinking about different cycles and stuff like that. So I've been reading this, and I've been studying this guy's stuff, and he's pretty good. He was thrown in jail by the U.S. government because he basically said that the government, the U.S. is going to fall. Okay, I like this model, the bifurcation points. All right, this is the thing I think, you know, I'm going to be trying to do a little bit more work into, but nonetheless, keeping it simple just for like the sake of time, right? I just marked out some of the dates he had on that calendar for the Dow Jones. And by the way, why the futures market, right? We had the Dow Jones for almost 100 years, and all of a sudden, after the real estate bubble, right, crash, they just put a futures market into our traditionals. Why? Because they're going to short the market. Because they were caught off guard. They didn't have a futures market in place for this, and they're not going to be the ones to lose money. That's just like plain and simple. You know, like let's get real. All right. They wanted to make money on it going down, but you got to stop out everybody, you know, who knows that it's coming, because Burry got it right. You know what I mean? So here you go. You got the Dow Jones minis, right? You got a gap here, right? You got a gap here, and you got a gap here. You got 3 gaps. You got enough for 3 levels of drop, all right? You have perceived support, right? You have volume, right? So people will put their stops in the gap, all right? Now what you got here are the cycles. So here's your midpoint from this calendar right here, all right? I marked out from from 02 to about now, all right? Just to see what his cycles were like. So, okay, I got a midpoint, I got a peak. I got a midpoint, he's got a pi date, which is like some kind of significant event in history, and I have the start of a cycle. I have a midpoint, I have a peak. I have a midpoint, I have a pi date, and then we have the start of a new cycle, just so happened to get a COVID dump, right? Interesting, all right? Now, where are we at here? We have a midpoint and a peak, all right? April 2024. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to get up here, right, by 2024. It could happen in the middle, right? Because where do they happen? They happen in, like, weird spots. This one got all the way to this one, 2026. So you could be coming up all the way until 2026. However, are you willing to put your money at risk at that, you know? If anything, you want to see this make a new high after, you know, a peak up here and come down during the midpoint. This is not where your money, you don't want your money in the market. So we saw the smart money exit the market, right? We saw them sell to us. That's why prices went up. They were just asking ridiculous amounts because they're at all-time highs and whatever. So they're out. They're waiting to see what happens here. If it goes up, they'll buy back in, probably right, you know, right in here where the stops are, in this low gap. All right. So I wouldn't have my money in here at the moment. All right. I wouldn't. Not at all. Because one of the things that's the most scary is gold. Okay. Gold was moving with the market. Right. 1, 2, 3. One more hit and this thing is gone, guys. That 4 hits to the high and it's gonna break. There's no doubt. All right. So, one other thing that's concerning about gold is that it has a futures market. What is that? Oh, that's oil. All right. So here's gold's futures market. The thing that worries me the most, all right, is I'm looking for that stop out, right? Because they're gonna stop it out before they go on. So I'm like, all right, where's the stops, right? You got a low volume gap here and a nice low volume gap here, 1400. People are going to be waiting for that. We could get that. That's what we want to see. We want to see gold come down to at least this level and this level to have enough time to get out of the market in our markets. All right, we want to see gold drop. All right, well, that's what we need to watch closely. We want to stop out anybody who has this thing right, because really you're at a level 2 in the grand scheme of gold here. All right, so in the big cycle of gold, all right, where do you start? You start actually back here, you know, in essence in 1933, right? But here's your level 1 rise, all right? So you get like a V bottom, right? 1, 2, 3, retrace. We're at level 2. All right, we're at the top of level 2. You know, you're kind of hoping that you're going to come down and stop out. That this little cup here is made to stop people out in the futures market. So that's all I'm looking. I'm looking at gold, guys. So what are you using Bitcoin for? Bitcoin over gold, right? They're using Bitcoin to make gold. It's that easy. Digital gold. It's like a keyword to the rich. Like, yeah, use your digital gold. It's like a derivative. They're just pumping and dumping to buy more gold, right? Right. So that's it. And so when you look at this chart, what do you see? You got, right? Remember, these guys buy their Bitcoin down here. They're going to sell their Bitcoin, right? And sell it, and then wait for gold. And this is buying back slowly to make a small profit, in my opinion, right? This may look bullish, but is it? I gotta see the 100 million hold, right? The fact that it just kind of holds this wick here, I don't know. This is the middle. We'll see. Tweezer tops, not great. Okay, so I'm neutral at the moment. You know, I'm neutral at the moment, just because of the light volume that they trade on. Because really, you know what they could do to us, and here's my real theory, is that we're not gonna get like a huge crash. All right, is they are gonna have Bitcoin go sideways, give it good narratives, really make it not move as fast, and so people are buying it. They got to give them reasons to buy so that they can sell, take their Bitcoin, prop up the stock market so that they can buy and sell that, and so they like micro do it with AI bots, you know, small micro selling, small micro buying, and you can see that in their tick volume. Okay, so like there's the SPY, for example, right? You go to the 9-month on SPY, that's not a great candle, guys. On the 9-month on the S&P, right? That is slowly selling off. Slowly selling off. All right, when was the last time you got that? You got it over here, not too shabby, right? But you know, So could you pump? Maybe. You got, that over there. Maybe. I just don't like the volume. It's that decreasing volume, that hiding of volume. Because even though you got these purple candles over here, that's .com shit. All right, that's like economic expansion. This is a different time. This is economic decline. All right, so when you stop things from going higher, it's because you're loading up your bags. Okay, when you stop things here from going higher, it's because you're leaving your bags. A purple candle at the lows is a lot different than a purple candle at the highs. All right, it's just how it is. What did you do? You bought a bunch of SPY back here, you know, stop it from going higher, buy back, stop it from going higher, buy back, move it at speed, get it to another level, change monetary policy, or this is the 87 crash? Change monetary policy, form the M, crash the market, buy back in lower, buy back at speed in red, okay? Stop it from going any higher, get everyone freaked out about the 702 retracement, right? Are we going any higher? Are we right up in here, you know? Is this a Great Depression? What is it, you know? So there was a pause, you have to pause, right? And they paused for not just, it was 9 months, so almost a full year of pause, okay? And then you got yourself a huge bull market, right? Where here is your imbalance, right? So here is a huge gap in the chart where things moved so quickly right here that normally would need to be recovered. This is not balanced. And so when the market decides, you know, that it needs to balance itself out, Dixie, yeah. So Dixie's complicated in my opinion. All right. The 9-month candle is a doji. It doesn't tell me much. All right. It has no direction. Although this 9-month, the buys are pointing up and the sells, you know, like this is, don't let it go lower. This is, I'm going to go back up. Yeah. Up. All right. I got to go to the game, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Later, Gators.